Hi guys, you're welcome again to another exciting episode on the Afro Senate podcast. And today we are going to be diving into another topic, which is vocational training, or what is called in Germany, Ausbildung. In our countries, they might hear something like apprenticeship. It's all the same thing. Why are we addressing this topic? After our last show, our last video, a lot of people reached out to me and asked why we talked only about formal education. Today we want to bring vocational training, to talk about vocational training, because it's a very important aspect of the society. It's an important aspect of the German educational system. Now, studies have shown that, or statistics have shown that about 50% of Germans themselves prefer to go in for vocational training after they get their high school education. And what is vocational training? Vocational training, simply put, is hands-on training. So you're training in the field which you will work, and you're also practicing at the same time, so that by the time you're done with your training, you're perfect in what you're doing. And so, what are some of the possibilities or some of the areas that you can do vocational training? Just think of anything, most especially areas like IT, healthcare, skilled workers, commerce, hospitality. Those are the areas that are most attractive in Germany doing vocational training. And like I already mentioned, Germany is an attractive destination for vocational training. And there are various reasons for this. I'll first of all mention that when you are doing vocational training in Germany, you actually get paid during your training. And this is not a very handsome amount, but it ranges between 650 euros to 1,300 euros, which is enough money for you to take care of your living expenses, and also for you to be able to save something little for the future. So you will find that this alone can attract a lot of people, because in most countries, taking for example Cameroon, which I know about, you don't receive anything during vocational training. You rather have to pay, but in Germany you are paid during this training. And the next thing I will talk about is that Germany offers top-notch training. When I say top-notch, I relate it to the example where you are cooking the food that you're going to eat yourself. And when you are cooking your own food, you try to make it as delicious as possible, because you want to feel the taste, you want to enjoy it. So in Germany, when you are being given training, it is in the same sense, because they are going to use this expertise, they are going to consume what they are producing, so they put in their best into it. So training is top-notch and very good. The third thing I will highlight here, and we can then move forward, is the availability of training positions. Now, statistics show that each year there are over 500,000 open positions, and all of them are not filled. So there are always open positions. Even on yearly basis, there are enough positions that are not filled. So when you're applying in this direction of vocational training, you have higher possibilities of getting picked for training. So these are important things that we need to note, and then you will find that it is very attractive to come to Germany for training. And something to note here, like I already said before, about 50% of Germans themselves go in for vocational training. Then you will know that to them, vocational training is very important, because emphasis is put on this, because this is work that you're going to be doing practically. They want to get the best of it. Now, there are certain things that we need to know, and this is a part that we need to pay close attention to. When you want to come to Germany for vocational training, what should come to your mind first? You need to know that training is going to be offered in German. So you need to learn German. This you can do in your various countries. I will also want to emphasize here that no country is discriminated from these training positions, and people from all around the world, they get opportunities to be able to come here for training. So you just learn the language in your home country and you are good, and you can apply for a position that you find here. And the level of German that is needed for vocational training, according to the European classification of languages, B1 German is enough for many positions. But then in other technical fields like IT, like nursing, and you have to get B2 German or higher. And that is what you should know. So you need to take German lessons and get a certain level of understanding and communication, and then you can be able to apply for a training position in Germany. Again, when you already have this level of German language that you can speak, the next thing now is for you to get a training contract, maybe with a company you're going to train in, or with a hospital you're going to be training. And then when you establish a training contract, that is, you apply for the position. And I will say here that most of these positions are always advertised by the various companies, by the various hospitals, whichever institution you are aiming to train in. They advertise their open positions over the internet, and you can go there, apply directly, and once you are picked, you can then establish a contract with them. That is the second way of preparing to come to Germany. Thirdly, you need to think of a blocked account. A blocked account is something we are going to be addressing in one of our videos. But most importantly, I just want to highlight here that a blocked account is still your own money, which you're going to use while here. They want to be sure that at least you are not going to be stranded here for the first time as you are just moving into Germany. So you need to create a blocked account and put in some money into it. Then next, you have to get health insurance in Germany. And there are a lot of companies that are offering health insurance for people who are migrating to Germany. Then thirdly, you have to get an accommodation. They have to be sure that you are going to have somewhere to stay when you come here, that you don't get stranded and then you're on the streets, or maybe you have to depend on the authorities to get a place for you to live. So you need to get an accommodation in Germany. Once you have gathered all these information, the next thing, you are supposed to apply to the embassy for a visa, for a training visa. And like I already mentioned, these are positions, or these are skills that are needed. So the embassies, the German embassies overseas, they know, and they are going to pay attention to your file. And I can tell you that they offer a lot of visas in this direction. Actually, there are no specific statistics of foreigners who are coming in every year, but then it is clear that they are expecting people to apply, and that is why these positions are opened. And again, for you to go for these language lessons, let me stress a little on that. In various countries, especially in Africa, I know that you may not be able to find language training schools in all the corners, but Cameroon as an example, I know that you can be able to find language schools in Douala and in Yaoundé. There may be some in other cities, but these two major cities, you can get a language school where you can get your German lessons and prepare yourself. This is a very fundamental aspect. A lot of people are not aware of this. The information is found all over the internet, but a lot of people are not aware of this. I will also say that many people have been taking advantage of this training, vocational training, over the years, but I would like to encourage more people to take advantage of this. Think of, if you want to get a vocational training, if you want to migrate legally to Germany and get vocational training, begin by learning the German language, and it is going to help you tremendously. Most of the people who apply for these training positions, once they have a training contract, most of them get their visas to migrate here, and it has been helpful to so many people. So you can legally migrate to Germany even if you did not have legal formal education. So don't think that it is a limiting factor if you did not have formal education. No, if you already had your advanced level in Cameroon, you can learn the German language. Even if you've had a bachelor's degree and you think that you want to change your field, you can also learn the language and apply to come to Germany and get a training in a field that you are more interested in. This is information, like I said, is found everywhere on the internet, but a lot of people do not know about this. And I hope that by addressing this in our podcast, in the Afro Senate podcast, more people are going to get this information and it is going to be helpful. We want you to succeed. You might be the next person moving to Germany, and we are just encouraging you to try to make an effort. I know many people are challenged with learning a language, but I can assure you, if you put in a little more effort, you are going to reap the fruits. This may take some time, but it is worth it. Just give it a try. That is the encouragement we are having for you today from the Afro Senate podcast. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe to get more educative videos. You can like our content, share it with your contacts so that this information can reach so many people, and then they can take advantage of this, and tomorrow will be better for you and I. Thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the Afro Senate podcast, brought to you today by the Senator himself. Stay tuned for more videos.